Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I've got this fantastic collection from our friends at Graphic 45. This is the Cottage Life collection. It is so adorable. I can't wait to show you what I did with it, so come play with us. So let's take you through this collection a little bit. I know that Paulette has a much more comprehensive video about every little thing with details, but I'm just going to quickly go through. We've got these wonderful flowers that are shades of ivory. It's a nice assortment of flowers, butterflies, and leaves. And this one's shades of blue. Fantastic. And then this one is the ephemera assortment and their little die cut pieces. And I'll open that up in a second. And then we've got our chipboard. Let's take a look at what is in here. So many great little pieces. Little ephemera pieces. They're all double-sided. They all have these beautiful little cottages and flowers. So many little greetings and tags. I love it. So cute. Okay, and then we've also got this fantastic paper pad. This is 8 by 8. I'm just going to quickly go through this. Looks like you get 3 of each pattern, and they of course are all double-sided. And let's go through this a little more quickly. Look at that. Some nice cutouts in there. More cutouts. Beautiful. The colors are gorgeous. Primarily blue, ivory, peach, and some green. Very floral, very romantic. I have a first card here for you. Maybe we can zoom in on this, Steve. This is so sweet. This is a side step card from hot off the press. It has lots of dimension. And what I love about it, when you take this out of the envelope, it's just so easy. It stands right there, and it's a really nice presentation. And we have this in 2 forms. We've got the we've got 5 cards and 5 envelopes that are pre-die cut, pre-folded, and they come with a little pattern. Let me grab the little pattern. Here we go. That you can cut out from the back of this little package header here, and you just cut that out and it fits perfectly. This is how they come out of the package, already folded. You cut that out and it gives you a pattern, so it's so easy to cover with paper. And then of course you get the envelopes, and these just fit perfectly inside the envelopes. They're great and easy to mail. Now this is great if you don't have a die cutting machine, or you're taking this on the road with you on vacation, you like to make cards. However, if you have a die cutting machine, we have this in a die form. This fits in a 6-inch wide platform, so it's very easy to use, and you can just make unlimited side step cards. So this was so easy to put together. I used the paper pad right here and then inked the edges with a little bit of roasted coffee ink. And then even took this little piece of ephemera, this little frame, and inked the edges of that as well. And to do that, I just used the surface of the ink pad and just went like that over the edges of it, very easy. And then this piece here, foam taped. This is a piece of chipboard, and I foam taped that to one of those little steps. And then when you open this up, this piece right here, first put down this little picture and then just glued that directly to the step, and then foam taped these pieces. And I think just the layering of these pieces is what's important. Once I got the frame down, then I just foam taped this piece right there, and then just a knot of little ivory ribbon there. A really simple card. I don't think this card took me 10 minutes to make. So a really great, quick, and easy way to make some cards. And we've also got, for die cut cards, we've also got interlocking frames. And for that, I have frames right here. This is how the pieces work. So it comes just like this, and all you have to do, it's already pre-folded, but you do need to evacuate a couple of the pieces right there, and then you need to evacuate this little square. And then this is the frame. There we go. And then when you are die cutting or rather evacuating the die cut pieces, sometimes you get these little, I don't know, tabs that are right there. I like to just take a little sanding block, and then you can just do this and they just come right off. That's true of just pretty much anything, that even the chipboard pieces, once you evacuate those, sometimes they have those little tabs on there, and you can just sand those right off very easily. Just take like 1 or 2 swipes and they're gone. All right, and then this piece right here we're not going to use. So what you do is you place this one right there, and then this just interlocks right there, and then this piece goes right on top, and you can foam tape that on there. All right, so let me show you. I've already got this one started. So for this piece, I went ahead and I just covered this panel and this panel with some paper, and it was so easy. What I did was I just took the paper and I just glued it right there to the card, and then just turn that over and then trim that even with that edge. That's how easy that is to cover. So you do that on both sides. Then I just took a little extra strip of paper that I had and I glued that right down the center, and then glued one of those ephemera pieces right there. All right, so then once you get to that point, these just interlock. And then I covered this one with a piece of this fantastic striped paper that's included. See if I can find that really quickly. There we go. I just love that print. It's so beautiful, so vintage. What I did was I glued that to the card front, and then just took my little scissors and then just trimmed around the inside, trimmed around the outside. Now this has got a pretty, intricate edge, so I just very slowly went around that. And then, because it's kind of hard to, get a perfect cut around these little intricate edges, I then just took my sanding block again, and I just sanded the edges of that. It made a really nice, tight fit there, and everything is all perfectly cut. So that's a little tip for a shortcut there. So once I get that covered, then I can either foam tape or just glue this to the front. I'm going to go ahead and just glue it. This is my Cosmic Shimmer Specialist Acrylic Glue, which we just love around here. You don't need a lot of glue. In fact, just enough, because this stuff really works brilliantly. Sorry, had it the wrong way. And you're just going to align everything just like that. There we go. All right, and then that little piece, that center square, we're going to take that. We covered that with blue paper, put a little foam tape on the back of that, and we're just going to glue that, or foam tape that, right to the center. And for foam tape, I like our giant wheel of foam tape here. There is 150 feet or 50 yards, and it's just under 20 bucks. So this is going to last you a really, really long time. So once that's foam taped there, then I took a couple of pieces of the ephemera and I put a little bit of foam tape on that. I just love this rose. I think I'm going to put it just like this. And you just want everything to kind of stay within the square so that when this is being folded together, nothing catches. And then I've got this sweet little butterfly, a little dot of glue there. And we could just put that butterfly kind of right on the edge of the rose. And then here's a piece of chipboard. Enjoy the little things. And we're going to put that on there. Now with this, I'm going to have it kind of hanging off the edge. And with this, you just want to make sure that it's on the side of the frame that's not moving really, that doesn't have an interlocking part. So we're going to put it right there. And then I've got this beautiful little bow. In fact, I'm going to move this up a little bit, because I'm going to put the little crepe ribbon bow right up here. It's going to go right there. We're going to wait for that to dry. I'll take that off for a second. And then, as you can see, everything just opens up and works so pretty. And then we're just going to let that dry right there. Okay, we'll come back to that one. All right, now the next one I wanted to show you uses some of these beautiful flowers. This one I'm going to show you uses the shades of blue flowers. I covered my 5 by 6.5 inch card with some of that beautiful paper, and then I used a cutting die. This is the fancy quadrifoil background die from Hot Off the Press. This is the cutting edge die collection. I just die cut that out of white cardstock and then just glued that to the card front. And then we have our beautiful flowers here, and some of the flowers in all of the flowers in the leaves, I did a little inking on them. So on the leaves, I just took the edge of my evergreen ink pad and just put a little bit of ink. I like to do that on just the edge of the leaves just to give it another color. And then on the flowers, I used French Navy, this wonderful little prism ink pads. I love these. They're very inexpensive. They come in a huge range of colors, and they've got that nice foam pad on them that is just really juicy, and it lasts for a long time. So what I did with each one of these little petals is I just took that surface of that ink pad and just went around the edges just like that. And you see it just adds that extra little layer of color. And then on this one, I took a little darker. I like to mix the light blue and the dark blue. And even though this one already is navy, you can still just ink that edge just a little bit. And then on this yellow one, you can either just leave it like it is, or you can go ahead and edge it with a little bit of canary yellow. I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it. I'm going to take a little bit of my foam tape here, if I can find the end. There we go. Take my little scissors and just snip off a tiny little bit. Okay, and then I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of this flower. And I like to offset those petals so they're not lined up like this. We want to offset them so that there's a petal sort of in between the other petals. Just like that. And then you can either glue or foam tape this tiny little yellow center piece right there. And then I like to just put a little bit of foam tape. You see they're in a triangle shape. Put a little bit of foam tape under each flower, and then I went ahead and slid in those leaves. And I find that's just a better way to kind of arrange everything instead of trying to glue the leaves down first and then put the flowers on top of them. I like to sort of arrange them that way. And then I just added these sweet little butterflies, one of the little ephemera pieces, and then just a little knot of ivory ribbon there. And it comes together very, very quickly. All right, for my last project here, we're going to take a look at, these are the shades of ivory. And what I did was I used them on this sweet little Trellis Box card. And that is actually a cutting die, also from hot off the press. This is relatively new. We haven't had it for very long. And it is so easy to put together. But I wanted to show you first. It's got these, let's turn it upside down. Inside, it's got these little crossbars. And that's what you're gluing the flowers to. So for these, I layered them just like I did the blue ones, but I edged them a little bit differently. I used Blue Lagoon and then a little bit of that canary yellow, and then some of them I just didn't do anything to at all. Also used the evergreen on the leaves, piece of chipboard here on the front. So let me show you how we're going to put this together. This Trellis Box is so cool, and look you guys, it folds down flat, just like that. And it just slides right into an envelope, about a 5x7 envelopes. If you have our 5x6.5 inch cards, this fits in that envelope, okay? There we go, because the envelope, of course, is a little bit larger. So what I did was I cut 2 of the trellis back pieces, 2 of them from white cardstock. Oops, didn't evacuate that one. I did 2 because when you put them together, it makes a nice sturdy background. If you just use one piece, it's really not going to handle those flowers very well. It's kind of bow on you. So let me show you here. In fact, this one I got along the edge of the paper, but that's okay because this is going to get cut right up, covered right up, not cut up. And what I did is I just go ahead and I just put glue along these pieces, and then you just go like this the other direction, just like that, and then you just align those 2 pieces, and then you let that dry while you're assembling the rest of the box. Okay, just like that. Get the glue off my hands here, and then you cut 2 of these pieces, okay? And I put some extra sticky tape on that. It comes in a roll like this. And I like to use my little pokey tool when removing the extra sticky tape. And here's something to remember. When you're using the tape, get it right along the edge of that fold there, okay? We might want to put it, your tendency is to put it kind of towards the edge out here. No, you want to put it right next to this edge, because when you glue these pieces together or attach them, you don't want a big gap in between there. So I'm just taking my little pokey tool. I'm going to pull this off. There we go. That one. And that one. And I've already pre-folded these. You can go ahead and take a bone folder and go over them so they're nice. They're already pre-scored, but you want to get them really nice and folded. And so you're going to take the opposite ends and put them together with that foam, with that extra sticky tape. That. And then this, just like that. Okay, so now you've got your little box there. And then you've got 2 crossbars that you're going to cut. And here I just like to go ahead and use the glue, but once again you want to get it right up next to that fold. And then I like to just place them so that they are, these tabs are even with the front or the back of the box. And I'm just going to kind of hold it like that for a second till that glue grips on. And then like that. And then we're going to turn it around and do the same thing with the other box. And while I'm gluing this other piece, I should mention we have a great money saver on this collection, you guys. And if you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page, it's right over there to the right. And if you're just interested in 1 or 2 items, look down below our video and you'll see all the products used, and you can just add them directly to your cart. And if you're watching us on YouTube, first subscribe, because we do 3 to 5 of these videos a week. And also there's a link below the video that'll take you to the Paper Wishes webisode page. Okay, so now you've got those little crossbars like we were talking about before that you're going to glue all those little flowers and leaves to. So when you get to this point, now this is dry enough to go ahead and glue. You're just going to glue it right there, and I like to put a little bit more at the top. And then you're going to just glue that right inside like that. And you see, because it's double layered, it just stands up really nicely. All right, so very simple to make, and just think of all the uses. This would be so great with the blue flowers, and these also come in orange and yellow flower mix and a red mix too, so definitely check those out. So you guys, like I said, great money saving deal. Check that out. I'm going to get all my cards here together so you guys can look at them. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe or sign up for our emails. You'll find lots of good ideas coming at you, and we have fantastic sales all the time. So thanks for joining me today, you guys, and I'll see you next time.